Hi, everyone. Today, I want to talk to you more about you and who you are, and most importantly, who are you becoming? So, the life is a never-ending growth. And whether you consciously grow or unconsciously, you are changing and evolving and you're becoming someone, right? So if I were to ask you to imagine that it's end of your career and maybe you have this big party and people come ask you how you're going to spend the rest of your life and what are you going to get involved with. You might be telling them, but then you ask them, what did you enjoy about me being your leader? Or what did you learn from me? Or what would you tell my biggest impact on you was, right? And imagine what they would tell you. And what would they tell you right now? And what would you like them to tell you? If you are really conscious about it and really conscious about who you are becoming and who you want to be leaving this legacy as, who are you going to be when you leave, no, whether you are into fire movement and you want to retire soon or sell and exit, who are you going to become and who are you going to be as a leader? How will people remember you? What would you like them to remember you for? And what would you like to be proud of? And what would you like to celebrate? So when you really give it some thought, things may already come up for you that maybe what you would like is not exactly where you are right now. And that's perfectly normal because, again, if you don't put conscious effort and conscious intention on that, like it's not gonna happen, right? So I really want to have you explore this and think a little bit about who are you as a leader? What are those characteristics? For example, are you calm and do you have this leadership presence? When you walk in the room, do people kind of feel the respect? Did the energy change and shift, or do you need to pump yourself up and kind of gain attention? Or maybe you walk in like straight on and you don't even notice anyone else and they all startle when you walk in, right? Like what's happening now and what would you really want it to be like, right? And what could you consciously start to develop as part of yourself? Another point can be, decisiveness. How do you make the decisions? And maybe I assume that, as a CEO or, C-level leader, you're probably very quick in decision making because you wouldn't be there, right? Like I'm sure there are some topics that you'd avoid still because we all do have those topics, but when you need to make a decision, you're probably quite fast. But how are you leading those who report to you to make the decisions? Are you able to let go of control and have them make the decisions, right? Or is it making you uncomfortable? So how are you in the decision-making process? Are you always the one to call the shots, or are you staying in the back? Are you feeling a bit uncomfortable because you have those thoughts all the time, like you need to be pulling, not pushing, and you need to back out, but you want to make the decision, and you're always in this like overthinking, or maybe you just don't even think about it, you just make a decision and micromanage the shit out of everything, right? So think about it, like everything that is kind of connected to leadership, whether it's also business acumen, setting the vision, making decisions, having difficult conversations, seeing the facts, and being able to face the fears and being able to make difficult decisions, but being able to lead people through them. How are you making those? Who would you need to become to be better at those, right? How do you see yourself proceeding with that, right? Where is your development? Do you even think about how do you develop as a leader? Do you have any points where you feel you need to develop, or are you just maybe hearing people and they tell you, you should listen to me more, or like I should get this promotion, and you just focus on what they tell you? Because that's the thing, like you always need to gather feedback from the people. Like 360 is great because they will tell you what it is, but for you to really step into the next level, you need to have someone who will see you at that next level. And usually the people who report to you, they don't see you at that level because they're looking here and they only see you at the level you're at. So for you to grow, you need someone to be able to hold the space and see you beyond. I remember once, a few years, many years ago, probably now, wow, almost 10 years ago, one of my leaders, she asked for this kind of feedback, what could I improve as a leader and what am I doing great? And I gave her the feedback. And then later she said something when she was giving kind of the readout to our team. She said that, most of us gave her the feedback from our perspective. So like, for example, me as an employee then, and I was managing a piece of the business for her, I would give her feedback, how I want her to be for me, right? So how I want her to lead me. It was about me. It wasn't about her, how she will become a better leader. So that nuance is a very important nuance. And if you want to grow and develop into the CEO that you want to leave that legacy and be known for, you need to think about it from a higher level, even higher level, not only from kind of the environment that's around you and that they tell you something, because usually they think about themselves. And that's valid feedback. I want you to really hear me. It is a valid feedback, and you will be great when you kind of meet the expectations of your team, maybe, or at least manage that. But for you to really grow and get to the next level, you need to be seen at that next level, and someone who can see you there will be very valuable resource for you to become kind of that, not even sounding board, but like that elevation board, that elevator really. So I want to leave you with that. And I also want to use this opportunity to invite you to our free masterclass for CEOs that's coming up on 23rd of January, and it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be building up the strength of your inner presence and inner leadership, and you will walk away much stronger and ready to take on much more in 2024. So I hope you can make it, and see you there. Bye-bye.